Hello and welcome to round 3's feature race around China. Yet again, I didn't show up for the sprint race, so I started, what would have been last, but Ardy got put behind me. However, into turn 1 he jumped me, so might as well have started last. But as you can see, Ardy gets some front wing damage,
off the track,
and then just chaos happens. Wayno's all of a sudden behind me, and I'm just sitting there thinking, how's this going to go wrong for me? Because I thought for sure it was. And per tradition, we're going to stick on board for the first lap, and it wasn't a boring first lap, let me tell you like that. Because even though I was being conservative, Trouble had a way of finding everyone this race. And as you can see, Ardy with the loss of front wing starting to struggle quite a bit.
Front wing damage, but
and I checked to see if I got front wing damage from turn 3, and luckily enough I didn't. However, I run off the track there, just trying to get used to the hards. As you can see, Bozza gets overtaken by Ardy. I take the opportunity to overtake him there, and then get him around the outside, and now just biding my time. Ardy gets swung out wide, and I try to go down the inside, leaving as much room as possible. But because of that, I
now in a drag race,
botched my run, and he's able to get ahead. I was worrying about Bozza at this stage, but he wasn't close enough to make a challenge, and I tried to late break Ardy. I make it work, and then Winfield was in front of me, and I couldn't make the move work. I didn't leave enough room for Ardy. As you can see, try to stick it side by side. Run out wide to give him enough room, but I made the move stick. Some might say that's illegal. Obviously, it's up to Ardy to say whether or not it is, and put it into the stewards.
I basically just went the entire lap side by side with Ardy, who didn't have half a front wing.
And try to get myself up into the points, because after that first lap, I'm still on the 11th. So not as good as Bahrain's start, but I was planning on making just as big as an indent as I did in Bahrain, and basically just follow the pack. My ERS this race, as Winfield gets a bit wrong, my ERS this race didn't want to stay up, and I used a lot of it at the start, and I'm trying to make my way past Winfield, as you can see, sort of losing touch with the pack, and I make the move here. Since there's no DRS, I'm just like, I'll just chuck it down the inside, and not have to worry, because I have this big train of cars that's going to slow themselves up. So I knew that really if I was in any danger, I could still get slipstream, and as you can see at the end of that straight, I've caught up to the back, and I was going to try take the racing line, but unfortunately Shap closed the door on me. It's not his fault. I really shouldn't have been trying to go through. Trying to find a line there, but into turn 1 he takes a weird line, and I very nearly hit him there. I just barely skim him and get past. So I'm now up into P9, and I was trying to make my best on these hards, but there were a couple of people in front of me on the hards, and as you can see here, Super Freak dodges completely off the track to avoid everyone, and there's no hassle. As you can see, I can't get the hang of the hards, and keep on going out wide. That time I did get a warning for track limits, so I made sure not to go that wide again. As you can see, Dynamite trying to make it past Spike, I believe. Meanwhile, I'm sizing up Big B. As you can see, I go for the switchback, and I get a good initial rev, and then because I cut myself short, he ends up getting away. And I knew he wasn't going to be really... Well, I had a feeling he'd be expecting something, but not like that. And I go through, since Dynamite gets front wing damage off of Spike. And now I'm just sitting behind Dynamite, waiting for him to run out wide, which comes here as he holds the inside too much. I dart to the outside, he tries to close me off, brakes too late, and through I go to chase after the leader on the hards, as yet again I go out wide. The leader on the hards, Spike, and try to take the lead of it. As you can see here, going to the inside, he forces me there. He was one of the few people that actually forced me to the inside, and as you can see, it made my line just a whole lot of hell. And then he gets a run, but he lets me through to try get the switch back again. Doesn't work for him, however, because of the run he has, he's able to get slipstream and DRS and get past. And at this point, I knew the fight was going to be on between me and him, so I did everything in my power to try and make it through. Bumped him there, but then he pays me back here. And overall, there was quite a bit of rubbing, but it was enjoyable for me and him in this battle. And as you can see, just trying every which way to try and get through. I try it around the outside, clip his front a bit, and he leaves me just enough racing room there. And this is honestly spectacular battle. The game's being a bit too careful there, but as you can see, just an absolutely fantastic battle here. I lunge it up the inside, and the cheeky bugger switchbacks me, and I was not too happy about that, let me tell you. So I just chucked it down the inside and hung him out to dry, and there we go, up into 4th place. But I knew, since I had the straight to contend with, I need a good run through here, which luckily enough I did get, and it was just big enough of a run to make it safe for the rest of the straight, especially since it didn't look like Spike had enough straight line speed as Super tries to get past him there and follow me through. And he almost gets a big enough run to go down my inside. I leave him enough for him just in case he wants to try that, but he doesn't. And I believe he moves up into 5th. It took me a couple of laps to catch up to the league owner, Dylan Anderson, but he doesn't challenge me that hard, as you can see, just down the straight. No real move to defend, and through I go and into the braking zone, where I get the apex and Dylan gets a bit close to my diffuser, so he has to dart out the way a bit. But yeah, and then lap 11, getting onto the back of Max. As you can see, yet again, just get overtake, and there's not much he can do, especially with me so close to him. And through I go, and back down into medium and standard. 0.3 to conserve until the pit stop window, really. And as you can see, Y-Tune's still up in 1st, so he's done well to stay there and pull out a bit of a lead. And there we go into lap 15. Because even though the mediums, the hards weren't that worn, I knew I was going to be losing a lot of time, so I needed to bring it back, because I knew my pace around here wasn't as rapid as it was around Bahrain, so I knew I'd have to keep as much time as possible close to the front runners.
Yeah.
So
well, I think everyone except for people that got front wing damage going for a
2.5 is pretty decent. I was a bit delayed on the thing. Y-Tune takes over provisional 1st, and as you can see, it gets a bit close here. Max gets around the outside of me, even though I overtook him, and right there, Dynamite nearly gets me around the outside, but unfortunately he couldn't make it stick. And now I'm sitting right behind Max, and I'm desperate really to get to challenging the lead. So Max defends the inside, thinks he defended it enough, and then there I go down the inside with a Daniel Ricciardo move. Don't quite make it stick, and we go side by side through these through the S's, and everyone that plays this game knows this is a bit of a lethal move to try and do, but as you can see, make it stick. And then he sends it down the inside here. I don't know whose fault this was, because as you can see, it doesn't look like he was actually going to make the corner that well. So I don't know if that's my fault or a racing incident. Obviously, if he reports it, I'm not going to call him out on it, because obviously it's his choice to make. But as you can see, by lap 18, I've caught up to Y-Tunes, and I'm just making my presence known and just taking it very easy. And then down the straight, there's not much he can do. He goes to the inside, and all I have to do is follow him. And down the inside I go to take the lead. He does force me up the track a bit, but it wasn't really a problem. As you can see, still hitting the apex, and then away I go.
I'm gonna get banned from this league
in 1st place. So, and then nothing really happened for the rest of the laps, and I come around the final corner to take the win in China. I pull a back-to-back for feature races, which was pretty decent at the time. And as we see, Big B crossed the line for 3rd place, and we get up to the podium standings now,
25
with
on the
Toro Rosso taking a second featured race win, Super
even though
taking
it wasn't 25
second,
laps,
and Big B taking third, as my avatar hoists up the trophy and prepares to spray the champagne. And another brilliant communicating with online servers there. Gotta love Codemasters and their perfectly finished game. Not to roast them or anything, but it's been a bit of a meme at this point. But anyway, as my character stands back up on the top step, and we get to see the lovely experience after the race as well, because I want to see my experience before the standings. Thank you
so much. I'm going to ask what
as you can see the standings, myself in first, Super in second, Big B in third, iTunes in fourth, Spike in fifth, Dynamite in sixth, Bozzer in seventh, Wayne, Ardy in eighth, Wayno in ninth, and Max in 10th. So it's a very fun race to take care of, and I hope to see you for Baku next week. Take care, guys.
Fucking Max beat me by 7